Alright, this is going to be the tutorial to do the David Hockney cubism photography. So, the very first thing you want to do is, obviously you want to download your photos off of your Google Drive, or also if you upload it onto Classroom, you can download off of the Classroom. But then more than likely, if you upload your photos on Drive, if you upload them on Classroom, they should show up on Drive somewhere. You just have to look for like the. I think they should show up somewhere, but I'm just going to click here, and I'm going to hold the Shift key, and I'm going to click on the last picture that I picked. That way I can just highlight all these pictures at once, and then I'm just going to, do that again. I'm going to right click on here, and I'm going to just download these photos. So it's going to download under a zip file. And I'm just waiting for it to download and zip up. Alright, it looks like it's done. So I'm just going to click on the zip file, and it should open up a folder with all of these photos. And preferably, like that folder that you made, you want to click and drag that into your folder. So I just put it in my I just put in this 1A, and just make sure to delete this off of there, so people don't mess with it. Alright, but you're gonna click within the folder, and you're gonna have all these photos to choose from. So just click and drag all the photos, and you're gonna double click on it. But the process is kind of very similar to the multiplicity photos, except you're not going to be really erasing photos, but you're just going to be cutting out parts of the pictures in your photos. So it is a little bit less work, but you're going to have to think more carefully about where you're going to place your photos. So you just want to pick one photo to start with as your base photo. So some of these photos, they're blurry, so I might not use some of these pictures. Let me find one where it's like a starting photo I can use. So, just gonna scroll through it real quickly. Okay, this was a pretty good photo to start off with. So I'm just gonna click and drag this photo into Photoshop, and that'll be the first photo that I start with. Alright, but the process is actually pretty simple with how to do it. It's just you're gonna have to think carefully about where you're gonna place these items in your pictures. So you can start off with this photo here, and then you're gonna look for like your next photo and think about like what part you want to cut out in the picture and add to it. So maybe in this photo here I might want to add my eyes to the picture. So I'm just gonna drag this into Photoshop. I'm just dragging it into the workspace, not where the PS is, and I'm just gonna drag this down. And the way we're going to cut out these images is we're going to use the rectangle marquee tool, and we're just going to make a either like a rectangle or square or whatever kind of shape you want to make. And you can either make it big or small. It's up to you. I'm actually going to experiment with doing it really small, just to see how it looks. And you're going to hold Command and J to cut out the picture. So that little section that I picked out, that's the part that got cut out of my picture. So now you can delete this picture because you don't need it anymore. I only wanted to cut out that small piece of the eye. So you're going to click and drag this into the trash bin, and then I'm just going to move the eye around. Now make sure you click on this auto select. Make sure that's selected because you're going to have a lot of different layers floating around. I'm just going to move this around here. I'm just going to put it where that eyeball is. And if you want, you can hit Command T. Command T is in turtle. You can make it larger. You can rotate it. It's up to you how you want to do it. Now that looks kind of funny, the way it looks, so I might actually undo that. So you're gonna have to make some decisions when you're going back and forth with it. I'm actually gonna just do both of those eyes. I just want to see how that looked. It kind of looked a little wonky, but I'm gonna highlight it with the marquee tool, Command J, and you know, now I got that new layer of that picture. So I'm just gonna delete these two layers here, and you basically have to go back and forth with deleting the layers. Oops, basically it shows the wrong layer. So I'm gonna go back here, Command J, and this is the layer I meant to delete. That was the one with the single eyeball. And then this one here, now I have the two eyes. So I'm just gonna move this around here, Command T to make it smaller, and I'm just gonna use this as my eyes for this part of the picture. And it depends on how you want to do it. I'm actually gonna, you're not gonna have it go a little off. It's fine. So, and then maybe you might want to rotate it a little bit. So, you know, you just want to play around with this, see like what fits, you know, how it looks. So that's probably what's gonna take the most time. And then like, you know, you would do the next thing with the next part. So maybe I want to use the mouth in this picture here. So I'm gonna click and drag this here. Same exact thing that I'm doing. I'm just gonna use the rectangle marquee tool. This time I might want to just make a square here. And Command J as in jump. Command J as in jump. And then it basically creates a separate layer of what you cut out. So now I can delete this layer here. And now I have the mouth to move around with. So yeah, maybe I might want to make it really big. Or maybe not too big, but yeah, maybe I might want to make it bigger. And you know, you're gonna go through like the whole process of cutting out the image, and it's basically just cutting it out and kind of like repositioning it in your the initial picture that you're working with. So you know, once you keep working with it though, you might want to use the crop tool. And you know, you might want to choose like a color for your background. I'm actually going to use this beige color just because it's going to match the background color here. It's kind of like yellowish color. And I'm just going to click and drag the background out a little bit more, so like I have some space to move around with. Oh, I didn't change my background color. I meant to flip it. You have to make sure to flip that to the background color. So now when I make it bigger, it'll, you know, go off the page. As you know, as you're working, you're gonna eventually like go to the part of the background. So like, you know, this picture here, I might want to maybe grab. Well, why not try this one? Let's see how it looks. I'm gonna drag this one here. Maybe I want to just take like the top of the hair, like just a section. Command J. I wish I could make that smaller. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Still easier to work with now. Delete that. You know, move this up here and make it smaller. You know, it's gonna like create like more of like a bumpy look to it. Let's try this one. So, you know, you just want to keep going through like these motions and cutting out the pictures. So, you know, I might actually do like a long one like that. See how it looks, Command J. But eventually, as you keep moving, you'll, you know, get the picture that you want. So maybe make that a little bit bigger, rotate it. You know, I might actually want to move this on the top of the layer. So you can actually move these layers around too as well. You know, I want to keep the mouth in the front. Yeah, you know, you can really have fun, play around with it. Even like the background here. So like, you know, if I want to use like the, I mean, this picture is blurry, but I want to use like the, what's up here, the background. You know, I might do it like this shape. I'm just changing up the shapes to add some variety. Command J. And we'll just put it up here. You know, I might want to keep it smaller. Looks like it's cutting part of that picture, but you know, we can put it back with this picture here. Yeah, get that top up part of my head that got cut off. Command J. So yeah, you just have to go back and forth on this. And, you know, there's really a lot of different ways you can do it. As you know, some examples we looked at before. with the cubism. Some of them actually just had like separate parts of the face. Other people were like a little bit more meticulous about it. Just still keeping like the form of the face, but just having the cubist part. So this is like a lot of different ways you can do. Like this one here has like her face repeated a couple times. So it's more like kind of like one of those things where you experiment around and just kind of just see how it looks when you're finished, pretty much. Let me see what I could put from here. Maybe I'll just get this part of the face. And Jay, you won't know how it looks until you actually do it. Maybe rotate it a little bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty much like the process with how you're going to go about with it. I actually don't like how it looks, so we'll just leave it like that. Eventually when you get to like the edges though, I'll use the same one, but Command J. You can have like parts of the edges like going out, so it's really got like that cubist look to it. So you want to start in the middle and just kind of go out toward the edges. Use this one again. I'm gonna try to get more of the edges so you can kind of get an idea of how the edges should finish. Oh yeah, that's pretty much the idea though.